Welcome once again to our university education. Today we're going to look at charts and trends. This is part of Forex Basics, and let's get to it. As always, a reminder that trading and investing involves risk. One should be prepared to manage risk, and a good way to learn how to do that is through virtual or practice trading accounts. There is a certain amount of loss tolerance that everyone should have in trades and position size accordingly. We are not financial advisors, so let's get to it. Charting, customizable to your needs. When you pull up any charting platform, you can add indicators and you can change the settings and do so much more. So if you want Bollinger Bands, MACD, RSI, moving averages, anything imaginable in trading, you can typically add that to your charts. In the FX markets, we know a lot of people use MT4, MetaTrader 4. When you pull up those charts, you'll be able to add those indicators. These indicators I mentioned and others. So as you learn more about them, they're fully customizable to your needs. In addition, you can start to chart and identify opportunities. So as you customize those charts, what you're trying to do is figure out how to identify good entry and exit opportunities, and usually that happens within the trend. So what do we mean by a trend? Well, an uptrend, characteristics of an uptrend is a series of higher highs and higher lows, right? This asset is under demand. We can see that because we can see that the stock or the currency or whatever we're trading continues to climb. This price point, you can see it pierces that. It goes higher than the prior high. So we know it's making a higher high. And then even when it dips from that new high point that it established, which is higher than the one before, notice that the low is higher than the prior low. So it has made a higher high than the prior high, and now it's making a higher low than the prior low back here. There's no purer sign of demand than the asset going to higher prices. So a trend is simply identifying whether the price is climbing or falling overall. Now that seems very simplistic, but actually it's very, very valuable information. Most new traders actually get this all completely backwards. Most new traders actually go in and try to buy things that are down in price. They think somehow they're buying value just because the price is falling. That's not usually the case. Things that are trending usually continue to move more than what you would have expected. So we don't want to bet on this reversing and collapsing. Instead, we want to ride the trend as long as possible in most situations. When you're in a downward trend, of course, it's a series of lower highs and lower lows. It is supply coming in from the sellers, and it's the purest form of a downward trend is simply prices going down, right? The price is trending lower. What does that mean? It means that when it falls, it makes a lower low than the prior lows. See how it pierces that level and begins to make a new lower low. So it pierced the prior low. So you know the downtrend is still intact. When it does establish a new low, the new low is lower than the prior low as we knew it was going to be, right? As soon as you pierce that prior low, you know that you're in a falling asset, that it is being hit with supply, that it is a good bearish candidate. Even when it rebounds temporarily, it establishes a lower high than the prior high point. The downtrend is still intact, and away we go. In a downward trending asset, we want to be short in most instances. We want to bet on the asset continuing to fall, and we look to trade with that trend. So these are some opportunities for uptrends and downtrends. Hope you've enjoyed this class. We'll see you next time.